So this is the song breakdown for Watch Me Not Give a Fuck. Tends to be spelt differently depending on where you find it. Might have a hashtag, might have dirty written next to it because I was trying to submit it to a radio station. But not really much to get into, and the content on this song is pretty straightforward. It's just about not giving a fuck. In reality, it was something catchy I wrote years ago, and it got stuck in my head for a couple of years. So, I mean, originally I wanted it to be like more of a hip hop song or techno kind of themed, and then even have maybe one of my kid brothers singing the chorus because it's kind of supposed to have at its core that sort of just punkish, let's watch the world burn attitude. And I still accomplished that. Um, the uh, the beginning of the song is I have two guitars that one is distorted with an octave pedal really heavily, trying to give it like a horn almost sound. And then it comes through with that really a techno based guitar riff that was inspired a lot by Eat, Sleep, Rave, Repeat by Fatboy Slim. It was kind of what I was going for. Um, High octave guitar playing and just really punchy and kind of kick you in the face sound with the techno beat going behind it. I did this vocal take probably 40 times in the studio that day because I just couldn't get it where I wanted it. And I was working on, I recorded with a guy named Scott, and he's got really nice equipment that picks up on everything, and you have to sing absolutely perfectly to get whatever you're going for. And even as it is, there's lots of distortion on it, and I just could not get what I wanted. I hadn't learned to open my throat yet while I was singing, so whole reason my whole ideal behind singing, I guess, is like, look, I would rather just do it myself, even if I have to fake it, because I'm tired of working with vocalists. I'm tired of waiting on other people. There's few people who will work as aggressively as I do, and which, I would be happy to compromise that work pace if I could just find people who were in it. The In the music industry, you find a lot of people who are talented, but they're busy partying or going out and having fun, which is great. But like the last time I worked with a singer, he was a heroin addict, um, which I knew he did drugs. I didn't know he was a heroin type, and we had 6 weeks to get ready for a show. Um, and everyone else in the band, it was a temporary band called White Knuckle in Alaska, and we came together just to play one show, and everyone else was on it. We had to do a lot of rehearsal in our own time, but we'd show up for the band rehearsals. There was probably only 6 or 7 of them, and he, even with all that, he only made it to 3, and then he had to leave like halfway through one and come back, and then didn't do shit. It was at the point where he had to sing the whole gig with my iPad, reading the lyrics off for the covers. Um, and that's been my experience summed up with a lot of musicians. I live in Alaska, and there's a decent amount of metal musicians, but not really ones going for my sound. And um, yeah, I so that's why I even started saying is like, look, I'll just do it myself. I probably won't be the greatest, but at least it'll get done. Because even I don't really like listening to music without vocals very often. Um, but yeah, after this day in the studio, I was absolutely fucking exhausted. I went and saw my friend shortly after and just bitched about just really negative about everything. But I was tired.
Watch me be the unicorn on the hood when it comes forward. Watch me get high and play hopscotch naked while I make you watch. Watch me post pictures of billionaires, show me Hong Kong.
So all these lyrics are nonsense, and that's on purpose. I wrote, I mean, it's ironic for a song that is about not giving a fuck. I've never rewritten lyrics so many times for songs. When I write lyrics, I normally am being serious and expressing myself, and I have a certain level of artistic integrity and standards that I do hold myself to. And just sitting down to write nonsense was very difficult for me, and it kept coming out as really dark songs that, and I didn't want the song to go that direction. I wanted it to be all about, I mean, I just wanted it to be a fun song. So yeah, watch me paint a three-dicked unicorn on the hood of your grandma's Ford. Watch me post pictures of billionaires choking on cock. I'm sure I'll touch on that in the music video whenever it happens. I really like that part when the second guitar comes in playing full chords and just kind of, I don't know, broadens it, makes it sound more rock. Simply too short to give a shit. Watch me not give a fuck. 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 Watch me burn. Watch me burn. I actually don't have those lyrics established at that part. It's just certain things I say in whatever arrangement I want to. So if you ever hear me play it live, it's probably going to be in a different arrangement because, I mean, the song's about not giving a fuck anyway. Watch me burn, watch me hang, watch me burn, watch me bleed, watch me let out and scream, watch me burn, watch me... If you haven't heard the full song yet, please check it out, but I'm not going to go through the whole chorus. I've heard it, needless to say. So this is another one of my ill-fated attempts at dubstep. I don't really study it, I just try to have fun and screw with it. I do have a friend at this time doing a dubstep remix for me, just for fun, and that was really like right here. I really had a vision of breaking into metal dubstep. I want to be able to mix organic guitar playing, not just chopped up and edited guitar playing with dubstep. But the only way, I can't afford that many pedals right now, and it's been an interesting climb so far. This is how it came out. I use loops from Launchpad, which is an app you can buy on this song. Then I did a lot of guitar editing and used my octave pedal with my wah pedal. And the one, I have a Weeping Demon wah pedal, which specifically I found through the years is one of my favorites because it allows you to really wah your deep notes. On a lot of wah pedals, if you try to wah your deep notes, it's just going to sound like there's this wah above your note, but there's still just a deep note behind it. And that's what I love about it. So I loop an octave pedal through the wah, and then I wah and get those really almost dubstep bass drop sounds. sometimes I like to just let a song fall apart at the end. It, I don't know, I get a kick out of it. The guy I was recording with was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I dig it." Well, that's pretty much it for this song breakdown. Another fairly straightforward song. Uh, Hope you dig it. I know this is my friend's favorite song that I wrote, but that's cool. I like it. I get a little, honestly, out of all the ones I recorded, though I do love this one, and I recognize that it's probably the catchiest I've produced so far. Instrumentally, for me personally, I'm a lot more obsessed with the instrumental aspect of most songs, so I get a little bored of it, but still pretty kick ass. It's one of my more special ones.